Hey, 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 just off Broadway! We have another great episode for you today. The one and only Mr. Seth Sikes is coming to hang out with us on the stools.
And he's going to be performing at 54 Below so soon. I don't want to give it all away though. Let's get him so he can tell you about it.
Some people can get a thrill, needing sweaters and sitting.
He's here!
Hi guys! I'm so excited.
Have you kind of always loved this like cabaret, big band style of singing and music? Like, did you grow up listening to that?
Well, I've always loved that genre of singing, but I really have never seen very many cabarets in my life. When I decided to do my show, that was all new to me, but I had to do it with the music that meant most to me. That I've loved since I was a kid. I love Liza, for example, since I was a kid, and Judy.
What has the difference been between like being behind the camera versus then getting to be on stage and performing? Do you prefer one? Do you love both for different things?
I love them both, but with one you get the spotlight and with one you don't.
Yeah.
It's really great to work on the other side of the table and very rewarding, but it has been really fun in the last year to sort of get that recognition myself.
Yes.
Because when you're ADing, you're really serving the director's vision,
Right.
not your own.
Right.
It is going to be your day and your vision Saturday, March 12th at 54 Below, because not only are you performing there again, you're also singing all Liza songs on her 70th birthday.
That's right.
What made you want to do this, and what an amazing idea.
It's not drag, it's not impersonation, it's really an homage to the music. I would never have thought, oh, I'm gonna do another legend, but I realized that her 70th birthday is on March 12th, and it sort of just made sense to go there next. And she's my other favorite performer, and the music sort of falls into the category of things I love, and I'm doing it really as a celebration of Liza and her talent and all the amazing music that she gave to me my whole life. It's really Liza's day, it's not my day.
Oh. Has it been at all intimidating knowing that, you know, the Judy show was such a success? You've seen such success with that. Do you feel like you have to outdo yourself?
Oh, yes. Well, I guess everyone wants to top themselves, don't they? They don't want to be known for having done one good thing.
No doubt that this one will be even better than your last one.
Fingers crossed.
What is it about these iconic singers? Like, I know you said that, you know, like Judy and Liza, they meant a lot to you. Like, do you see yourself doing more of them? Is there anyone else you would put in that same arena with those two? Because you're not making it easy on yourself.
That's true. There isn't a single male singer that I want to do their material. There are writers, like, you know, I'd like to do a Sondheim show sometime, but there's not like, you know, I don't want to do a Frank Sinatra show. It's something about these ladies, that their sound, I can't really put my finger on what it is. They both had a greatness to them, these two, that went into their music and fed their arrangers, their music arrangers. So I think it has a lot to do with that, their music. That was inspired by their greatness.
Yeah.
It's scary, you know, stepping into their shoes or trying to fill their shoes. I'm not trying to do that. I try to make them my own, but I don't know, I sort of have to do it.
Yeah, but I love that. I love saying, you know, you were saying you just want to honor them. And I think that is so cool. And who wouldn't love that? What advice would you give to young performers looking to jump into this crazy business?
Be prepared for it to be really, really hard. And only do it if you really, really have to do it. Because it's not an easy road. It can be incredibly rewarding. But this is the old "tell them like it is" speech. But you know, it's an amazing thing to get to do it. But there's a lot of grunt work involved. I haven't been on stage in over 10 years before last year. I've been, you know, on the other side of the table.
Right.
And partly because I knew how hard it was going to be a performer. I knew auditioning was so hard, and you have to, you know, unless you come from a family with a lot of money, you have to have a lot of side jobs. Be prepared for it to be hard.
I think that's good advice, and I think that's real advice that people need to hear, because it's sometimes easy to just see the glamour and everything. And it is glamorous and it's rewarding and beautiful, but it also is challenging. You have to be prepared for that, so I think that's really good advice.
I think that's so cool, and I don't want it to get lost that you were not performing for 10 years and you were on the other side of the table, and that is not the same thing. And I think another thing that everyone needs to know is, like, just because you're, you know, whatever you are on the, you know, production side of things isn't your in necessarily to now I'm the star. You were able to say, like, I want to do this and I'm going to make that happen, even having been on the other side.
Sometimes you have to do it yourself. You know, like you have to make it happen yourself. That means saving the money, or finding backers, or if you want to be on stage and you feel like you have something to offer, sometimes you have to do it yourself. Like you guys making the show.
A special thank you to our sponsors at Nike, Trader Joe's,
Starbucks.
Whole Foods, Starbucks,
What else do we like?
and ABC. So something we like to do on the show is we like to ask the people we have on why they choose New York as a place for their art to happen. You could be in LA, Chicago, Miami, Toronto, you could be all over,
Europe.
but you choose New York City, and why?
Well, I don't want to be a cliche about it, but when I was a kid, Liza was New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that because I'm about to do a show called LIZA MINNELLI. But I mean, New York is showbiz, and I've been interested in my whole life in showbiz and theater. There's theater in LA and other places, but the theater is really in New York. Live theater. The people here are amazing and the smartest and most talented creative people in the world, and most of them struggle just like you do, like did, and you're sort of all on this common level together. You're going through it together.
Right.
If people want to follow you on social media, where can they go?
Facebook, Seth Sikes, very simple. Instagram, Seth Sikes, although I'm not very active on Instagram. I can't.
We're gonna have to change that.
We are. And I'm also on Twitter, but I tweet like once every 2 months. But I'm on Twitter at also Seth Sikes.
Well, make sure you come see Seth Saturday, March 12th at 54 Below. We're gonna have all the information below so you can get tickets. Seth, thank you so much for being here with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
It's been so fun to hang out with you today on
Just Off Broadway.
Well, they can stay and rot, but not